Alright, hello internet, and welcome to the Turing test.
What fresh hell have you brought us into?
I really hope I pass. I really
No,
hope.
it's actually the Super Turing test where the computer convinces you that you are also a computer.
Oh fuck, I didn't study.
I forgot how to be human.
There's a game for that, Kevin.
I already failed the void conf test.
Anyway, this game's by Bulkhead Entertainment. It's a first-person puzzler. It has a very inelegant loading screen. There's supposed to be pictures that show up between the top loading and the bottom loading, but they don't for some reason.
It gets the point across. It's loading.
So did they show up in the game? They don't get recorded, or
they showed up in earlier versions of the game. They don't show up in my version of the game.
Oh, okay.
Your wake-up has been sanctioned by the ISA. We lost contact with the ground crew 450 hours ago. We have tried to establish further communications, but we are not getting any responses.
Being examined by a missile battery.
That is a long time to begin emergency procedures.
We need you to investigate.
Okay, doesn't it make sense to do visual checks first?
We have already looked at the data. The ISA has made the executive decision that you report to the surface post-haste. You are our emergency response.
What exactly is the emergency?
The ground crew found an organism the ISA...
Wait, is that a Wall-E head on top of a Wii?
Communication.
Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like.
It's the next generation Ouya.
and that's
yes,
that's like
the Starfleet
90% Star
University.
Trek.
Yeah. Also, we went into cryosleep in our spacesuit.
Alright, we still appear to have our biometrics being checked.
I mean,
Yeah, so one of the things we're going to learn very early on is that we have an implant that checks all of our vitals.
I like the random contractor fan sitting on the floor to get some water off.
Anyway, these are the rest of our crew members that are on the surface. We are currently on a station that is orbiting Europa.
Okay.
Welcome back to existence. Here's your eggnog. Happy Christmas Eve.
Now you notice that, yeah, we woke up 7 years later than everybody else.
Ah.
And our name is
Okay.
literally Turing, huh?
Yes, our name is Ava Turing. Also, if you want to make guesses as to pod malfunction, May 12th, 2250. So there's
Tokarev's a reference, right?
Huh?
Tokarev's a reference, isn't it?
It might be. Is that,
Considering the directness of Turing, it probably is.
Anyway, the hex code here just says "I'm a real boy" over and over again.
Ah, that's clever.
Now, there's a lot of talking here that does not have subtitles, so I have added subtitles so for the benefit of our viewing audience.
That's
Ooh,
very
production
good.
value.
Sometimes I put effort into things.
I am
Also, remember
terrible
what
at hearing.
Tokarev is. It's a model of a pistol.
Oh yeah, the Tokarev, right?
Oh god, I'm getting flashbacks to keep talking and no one explodes.
Anyway, there's a really low polygon coffee cup for some reason.
It's
Polygons are expensive.
it's an heirloom
It's on the side.
from the N64.
Okay, so now we picked up
We are
our
going
main
to take a
puzzle-solving
landmark.
device.
Make your way.
It's one of those kinds of games.
Huh. This is
Here's
the
the
puzzle
manual
gun.
for our puzzle-solving device. You
Energy
can only read the
manipulation.
front and back cover.
The pixels load
I
in.
feel like we should reacquaint ourselves with this training manual.
No, it's fine. The use of it's pretty straightforward. I think it's listed somewhere on here, but Tom is short for Technical Operations Machine.
Okay.
Alright, so before we went down for the big sleep, we passed along a lot of emails. There's a lot of text logs in this game.
Okay.
So anyway, yes, we are Ava Turing. We're being sent down to the surface to go investigate some issues involving an organism that the International Space Agency believes is could be dangerous. And we're here to do something with the ground with the ground crew. Now, I will say I missed a secret in here. It turns out there's a lot of very, very hidden secrets in this game that I did not know about.
Interesting.
Somewhere in the room where my pod was, there was a code that I could have entered into the doors of one of the crew quarters to get some extra logs.
Huh.
Whoa.
Which I only found out because of some like Turing test fan blog that has been going chapter by chapter for the past 2 years, like just getting all of the secrets in this game.
Nice.
Well, that's reasonable. Alright, so far we are in a pretty generic... Well, the hatch is a little bit less generic, I suppose. Is that a Soyuz hatch?
So your office has been empty for 6 years? But it's like the most centrally located office? It feels like bad design.
Unless you're the sort of person who needs to be in a convenient place if you need to be woken up. Goodbye, ladder.
I guess.
Also, here's a bunch of air conditioning units.
What's the ship status?
I have performed the necessary checks.
Those air conditioner units are like ripped right out of a modern building.
Yeah, I have a feeling there's a bunch of Unreal Store assets.
But Gary's mod is cheap.
Everything wound up, Tom.
Yes.
Well, this game's in the Unreal 4 engine,
Good
which
night.
I think is
okay.
different than the Rage engine.
will
I thought
miss your
Half-Life was in Unreal
assistance. Will be
2. I don't
very
know.
quiet without you.
Half-Life is in Source.
Ah,
It's a
okay.
special.
You wanna wake up, Tom?
It's a special valve only engine.
Residuals before nulling, -02, -04, -01. X and Z null to 0. Looking good.
Okay, good.
I might have some of the
Check
names
right
wrong
on
here
time.
because
How's things, Christopher?
most of the rest of our crew is interchangeable.
I can
Yeah,
confirm.
it's hard to tell
You are
from
go
just a
for pilot
voice.
descent.
Roger that.
Klaxon
That's all right.
begins.
PDI program. 80-degree delta pitch to 88 degrees absolute. Braking procedure. Engine 1 ignition. Engine burn.
So, what's BDI?
Pressing 400 alarm. Balance.
The landers are ready.
BDI.
Thanks, Tom.
I'm not sure. I'm thinking that's something might be like ballistic
I'm sure you'll
descent
be fine.
injection. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Years of my life.
The landers are...
I was trying to back out. I forgot what the button was to get out there.
Don't
Sarah
lift the
Brooks,
curtain.
we will read about her a little bit later, but she is like the youngest astronaut on this mission. Also, shoutouts to Z Fighting. She's the youngest astronaut on this mission, and she did 10 years on Mars, and now she's doing a 10-year mission here on Europa. Here's a bunch of cool machinery.
That seems like a really dangerous thing to have in your workspace, to just have a small fence in front of. That's like a meat grinder that's person-sized.
You don't get sent to Europa if you're not careful with railings.
Well, how do you know you didn't bring along one of the Final Destination people? This could be Final Destination 12.
Oh no, soap! Swoop!
Alright, so here's the first puzzle. We have to find the green door. Oh, look, we found it.
Good puzzle. Tom
Yeah.
touch. Touch Tom. Touch Tom.
Version 1.113.
Touch Tom.
Touch him.
I really wish that our controlling program did not need such minor updates. That's not reassuring.
I'm glad he's getting updated.
They actually talk about that in detail.
Retro?
Go.
Fido?
Go.
Guidance?
Go.
Control?
Go.
Telcon?
Go.
Then we are go for launch initiating.
Zeppelin.
I like the Tom voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good.
I like that earlier part. Looking good.
Engaging retro
Oh,
fire.
cool. We're going to the best moon of
I'm
Jupiter.
running the program. 80-degree delta pitch to 88 degrees absolute. Braking procedure.
I think Titan's around Saturn, isn't
Trajectory
it?
looks good. 502 alarm.
yeah, but
It
Europa
looks like
is
we're
around
coming in too
Jupiter.
fast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Europa's the best on Jupiter.
Yeah.
We are going to have
Maybe.
to burn late.
We didn't need that moon.
Go.
Full retrograde.
Also, Tom is played by James Faulkner, if that means anything to you.
Not familiar
It
to me.
will in a minute.
I bet he's credited with various voices at some point.
He was in the Bridget Jones' Diary series. And
I must have heard him then.
He's in Downton Abbey.
Open the door.
Welcome to Europa.
And yeah, he does a lot of voices for video games.
He's
Okay,
Swiss
so-
bank manager in X-Men First Class.
Yeah, that unforgettable role.
He was in the Ben-Hur miniseries.
So how far up was the orbiter? That feels like it must be orbiting at an unsafely close distance to Europa.
Probably. I mean, they probably took some dramatic liberty so we didn't have to spend like 30 minutes entering the atmosphere.
Yeah, I suppose.
There we go. A little thing called Agent Cody Banks 2, Destination London.
What starring role did he play in that?
Lord Duncan Kenworth.
Look, let's just pretend that this was his first acting debut and it's great.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with his work being so new to the industry.
Anyway, this is as much of the surface as we will be able to see. There is a visible wall behind us, and then there are two invisible walls on either side of the colony.
Take the visible wall, it's the one you can trust.
Also, we have arms, but we don't have feet.
Yeah, it's because anytime you have to look down and walk and you can see your feet in first person, it makes you want to puke.
Especially if they walk when you walk. Instead of gliding, I suppose.
And then just snap back to neutral.
How long will my suit survive these conditions?
At 100 degrees Kelvin, a
Whoa,
couple of
too
not how you
close,
say-
Tom.
we should get inside.
He's in our suit. What do you want?
Any form of radio sound to it? I don't know.
He's probably locally hosted.
Also, he said 100 degrees Kelvin, so I'll just...
So that's
for the-
negative
for the-
174 Celsius.
Yeah, but
That's
also for the
low.
pedants, you also normally just say minus 100, or you say 100 kelvins. Minus 100 kelvins is too cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way too cold.
That's far too cold.
Can
That's
you have
pretty
negative
impressive, really.
kelvins?
No.
No.
That's
0
impressive.
Kelvin is supposed to be the part where, like, matter starts collapsing in on itself.
0 Kelvin is when the vibration that is temperature is not.
Base has
There isn't any.
What do you mean?
It's all
The base was
hypothetical,
originally
though.
constructed as modular
It's not.
to withstand the seismic activity in a
But we never
large
actually
scale of
reached
magnitude.
absolute zero.
It appears the ground
Oh, sick. They've got the Dead Space giant fuck-off batteries.
The base
Yeah,
was
so the
built
Oh,
in
no.
one of the things I
time
like in this is that the batteries in this are
I
dual
served
purpose.
as the mind of these operations.
So you can slot them into things to give power. Also, here's what our gun does.
It costs a lot to
It steals the battery power?
life support,
Yeah.
especially such a vast.
Give me
Nice.
that. I need it.
So, robotics built this place.
I wonder why the ground team has changed these rooms.
I have a hypothesis. These rooms are Turing tests.
Turing tests?
Turing tests.
Hey,
are
there's
tests
the name
designed
drop.
to
The
tell
game
humans and
conceit.
machines apart. Typically, problems
Okay,
only
this is
solvable
clever.
by a human. A combination of logical and lateral thinking.
So you can't complete these tests, Tom?
No. That is why I am glad you are here to help. We need to work together.
I feel
yeah,
like
one
Tom
thing I
could
like
Is
solve
this one
these
of those
puzzles.
games?
Have completely
Is this one of those games where we create all the problems ourselves?
So what were they used for before?
Most of them,
Well,
Where
so
we're
in
helping
this
the bad
case,
guy make the problem?
they have converted them beyond recognition.
I mean, in this
Perhaps
case,
they ran
the
out of
crew
things to
has.
do out
In this case,
The
I
devil
wanted to also
work
demonstrate
for
what
idle
this,
hands.
the other parts of this switch. I think. Actually, there might be something I needed to take out of here now.
No, you can just look.
But yeah, I like that this game just has the conceit that, like, oh, you have to solve all these puzzles because, like, literally it's an obstacle course that the opposition has set up for us that we need to bypass.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay,
believe
so-
they brought a meat body. Our whole plan is foiled.
It needs a meat brain too. I mean,
Oh.
Tom can probably drive someone's body around.
That brings up problems.
Do you know the ground team's location?
The crew are deeper inside the base, it seems.
They must
So
be trying to
chapter 1,
survive.
like all
Can
games,
you find
is
the
all
precise
just
location?
tutorials,
I'm afraid
as is
not.
like half of the game.
I am
Okay.
working to regain control.
Pick up battery, steal power,
Though I once had
redirect
complete
power.
control of this base, a lot has
So I'm going to
changed
say this
in
is the first
past
puzzle that gave me a lot
500
of problems because I didn't realize, just as this puzzle's designed to do, that the batteries and the power blobs can fit into the same area.
Aha.
Because the thing is, you need to be able to pull the power across the room to get over here.
Oh, okay.
So if this base is managed by you, why can't you find the crew?
The base's communication array is malfunctioning.
So could they have not replaced this whole thing with, like, a chat room terminal?
Perhaps we can't solve this yet.
You know, like the normal Turing test.
Maybe he's too advanced for that.
Anyway, these are the explicitly discovered Easter eggs. I'm not sure who Minos Brook is.
He's got the same name as Sarah Brooke, or same last name. Could be a pet?
Also, the lighting effects are kind of messing up a little bit.
It's been 6 years, it could be really morbid.
Well, so Minos Brook is not included anywhere in our crew roster.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Sarah Brooke is, though. It could
Oh,
be
yeah.
It could be a pet or even something really morbid.
Something else that's strange about it, though, is it's the same day that all the other people in the ship woke up.
I think they woke up 2243.
Not 2443?
This doesn't add up.
2443 is what I mean,
What
yeah.
does not add up?
They're not
If
200
it
years
was
old.
An accident. Surely they'd come to find me, not try to lock me out.
Plus, let's see,
My
Minos
instincts are
Brook,
still resolving conflict.
a cow? Do they have animals?
No, they had rations and regular like supply drops basically.
Maybe something made of
so-
gold. Who knows?
That's
So we
Midas.
see also that we have to occasionally build like logical circuits.
Good point. Minos
It could
built
be a
the
reference to a
labyrinth. He did
labyrinth,
not
though.
have a gold hand.
My instance. has
Also,
just been
fucking
updated.
Zeus. Fucking.
Sorry?
I have two
fucking-
instances of my mind. Two separate versions.
Yeah.
A slave mind
That is his
running on
MO.
the satellite, and a master running here on the surface. When the communication was cut between the surface base and the satellite, the two instances of my mind were separated. So, during all this time, all of my knowledge divided into two separate branches. I continue to learn on the satellite. and
I'm
I
sure this
continue to learn
won't
on
be
the
of any
surface.
consequence.
Yeah.
I'm trying to merge the knowledge to create a timeline of what's happened here. But there are incongruities between these memories. Conflicts.
Oh, so you can hold more than one Powerball?
Yeah, you can hold up to 3.
Okay.
Now, the thing is, they go in a stack, which becomes important later on once we get. You notice that in
There's
one of the other
multiple
rooms we
types.
picked up a green power ball to turn on and off.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get multiple different colors that all do different things, and puzzles are going to become dependent on us being able to shoot them in the correct order.
Okay.
Puzzle 3 is Talos Principle in its entirety.
This is the command center. You can check on the crew status from here.
I don't know why we have this in the base, aside from, the game needing to tell us where we are.
There's the big touch here button, and there's a picture of a human hand. That's a Turing test.
Okay. That's not showing something orbiting Jupiter, that's just showing Jupiter.
The final puzzle is just going to be which of these pictures does not contain a stop sign.
There are a bunch of captchas that show up as we get later in the game.
Ooh, Jova-centric orbit. Haven't seen that word in a while.
Yeah, well,
Not since
what else are you
terraforming
gonna
Mars.
say? Also, you notice the Soyuz module's attached for some reason?
I didn't.
Oh no.
So the altitude is 312,000 meters, so... that's even... The International Space Station, I want to say, is at an altitude of 250 kilometers above Earth. Actually, I think it might be 4 or something thousand.
Yeah, that doesn't
Okay.
seem far enough from Jupiter.
Well, we got to remember that it's orbiting Europa from that distance. It's not orbiting
Oh,
Jupiter.
Tom,
Right.
start recording.
I am always recording, Daniel.
Today is January the 6th. My watch says it's 2:30 on Earth.
Also, yeah, I am always
Here we are.
recording.
Members of
My
the
watch says it's 2:30 on
Standing
Earth,
Jupiter's moon, Europa.
the planet.
I'm Captain Daniel.
Yeah, well, what the hell time is it on Europa?
Joined here by the rest
Europa
of the-
doesn't follow Earth time.
It is our
Investigating
Well, no,
life on
but-
this planet.
A small fraction of Earth is 2:30 right now.
Man's curiosity and appetite
Oh, yeah,
for
I guess.
discovery will continue
Okay,
to
so
change
we're
our world
investigating
for
life.
the
Does that
better.
mean that we found evidence of
Inspired.
life?
And might I add my congratulations to you all.
Here it is.
Or is it just investigating how to live
What
on
makes this
Europa?
one more remarkable
No,
than the
that's
other?
the thing. They found an organism. That's why we came down here.
Ah,
It's
okay.
very abnormal. It seems to form a symbiotic relationship with most life forms. How do you mean? Do you want me to dumb it down? I know what it means. What does it do? It attaches itself to almost anything living, but it's not parasitic.
Wow, Soichi, you're an asshole.
We're trying to figure out what effect it has on life forms.
I said Soichi's an asshole.
Mikhail,
Oh, yeah.
you seem distant.
Do I?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
What's
this
wrong?
alien life form is a symbiote
What's
with
wrong,
things.
Mikhail?
How? Don't you know what a symbiote is?
Mikhail, what's wrong?
Yeah, we don't
Are
hear
you
a lot from
listening, Mikhail?
Soichi in these logs.
Are you able
Good,
to
because he's an
hear?
asshole.
I was talking to the ISA. They don't know what to do with this. The magnitude of the discovery.
We should send samples back to Earth.
So I'm guessing on a scale from 1 to 10, the messed up pod is like 11 in importance.
Very resources to continue studying organism 119.
They're calling for a grounding of all Europa transport until they get your report.
Wait, a messed up pod?
Yeah.
The messed up pod with on the ship that appeared to have opened
Oh, yeah,
shortly
yeah.
before.
Also, so you notice that all of the, as per the text log, all the shipping manifests for like the last couple years have been canceled.
Interesting.
We see a bunch that arrived, and then all the rest of them are canceled because the ISA has grounded all flights.
Estimated time of arrival? Never.
Huh. Oh. That's a lot of flights.
Yeah.
Turns out you need a lot of stuff to maintain a base.
Also, the hologram works on both sides.
Did that say Eurocentric orbit?
Probably for Europa-centric.
Or was it Europocentric?
Outstanding tasks. Contact ISA.
They have a lot of medicine. I also like all the frozen meals with 400 strictly vegetarian meals.
Huh.
It's a comfortable 5 degrees Celsius.
15% humidity.
I think that's like 41 degrees
Oh wait, that's the
Fahrenheit.
that was the one of those was for the geothermal reactor. Also 16 ice cream sandwiches remain. There's a
Nice.
note on the bottom. Also, take a look at these photos. Just take a guess which character is the one we're going to run into.
Is it the one that looks like a picture of a developer has been stapled onto a space game?
Probably not.
Maybe the
Also,
other
you
one that
notice
looks
that
like a
for-
developer?
Is
You
it the
notice
one
that
that
all of-
someone somewhat rendered?
So that's us. We can read our own backstory.
This seems odd for a publicly available database.
Hmm.
Having lost her parents at a young age.
Oh yeah. Also, one thing you notice is that we get all of our last known location and stats and stuff. For the rest of the crew, we have nothing.
There's Sarah Brooke.
And yeah, there's Tokarev. I keep forgetting his last name is Tokarev. He's always referred to as Mikhail everywhere else.
Is that a picture of Uwe Boll?
I don't think so. No, that's not Overbull.
If you insist.
Also, Chris McLean is apparently dead.
But he's an identical triplet, so maybe he wasn't one that died.
And I realized just now, like, man, Chris McLean and Dan McLean really look the same.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I feel like
but
there's...
that McLean is the captain.
Yeah. Also, his current objective is classified.
Touch the surface of 2 planetoids.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
Only
most
28 years
eminent
old.
exobiologists.
Oh yeah, it is 2240, not 2440. Let's see what's up with Captain McLean here.
That's promising.
Mm-hmm. Also, the static there looks really weird.
I wonder if that's another clue to a secret.
Anyway, next time.
Minos did it.